Hello everyone, thank you so much for joining us. Thank you for joining from your house, from your couch, from your desk, from your chair. Maybe you're joining from the bathroom. Either way, I am grateful that you would join us. I recognize that there's a ton of media that you could be consuming right at your fingertips. And I'm grateful that you're here right now to join us. So my hope is that you would come away from this feeling encouraged, feeling hopeful, and feeling inspired by what the Lord is doing. My name is JB Ward. I am the Young Life Metro Director for Pittsburgh. Young Life's mission statement is introducing adolescents to Jesus Christ and helping them grow in their faith. We do this by going where kids are, earning the right to be heard. We build relationships with them. We invite them into a life with Jesus Christ, and we love them regardless of their response. Luke 19, Jesus says, the Son of Man came to seek and save the lost. And so we will keep going to reach every kid. Young Life is present in all 50 states, in over 100 countries internationally. But over the last 5 years, we've experienced unprecedented growth right here in Pittsburgh. Over the past 5 years, we've tripled the amount of schools that we're in. We've over tripled the amount of Young Life staff that we have. We're reaching 5,000 kids across the greater Pittsburgh area. And these are students that are middle school students, high school students, college students, they're teen moms, they're students with disabilities, and we have an opportunity to share the gospel with them. See, these 26 Young Life staff that we have right now, they spend 60 plus hours a week at the local high school doing ministry at their high school and also at the college campus. They spend time going to the college campuses where they are developing leaders, developing college-age leaders, developing post-grad leaders, leaders who can join hands and join and partner in a long, sustainable work and ministry. And while ministry and momentum and energy is on our side and we're excited about our growth, we have not even scratched the surface of the impact that we can have. See, if you draw a 45-minute radius around Pittsburgh, you'll hit 82 high school communities and the middle schools that feed them. When you consider all those school campuses, we're actually only present in 15% of the schools in the greater Pittsburgh area. We have a long way to go. Ministry is ripe for growth in Pittsburgh. See, my hope for this event is that you would take that map of Pittsburgh and that you would take your fingers and you would just pinch to zoom and zoom in on your community, on your local high school, or the Young Life staff that you have a great friendship with. See, we want to update you. We want to share with you what's going on. The ministry at your high school is not owned by Young Life, it's owned by the community. Young Life is a locally owned organization where Young Life staff and community members are linking arms to satisfy the mission of reaching every kid. Now, some of you are new to Young Life, or you're unfamiliar with the mission of Young Life or where we're headed in Pittsburgh. And so what I want to do is I want to take a moment to share a 5-minute video that will explain to you the mission and vision of Young Life in Pittsburgh. And when that video is over, you'll get to hear from your local Young Life staff, and they're going to get to share with you what's going on locally. So thank you so much for being here. Enjoy the video.
Pittsburgh is an incredible city. It's full of grit, resolve, resilience, and over generations, Pittsburgh has changed and re-identified itself.
Pittsburghers are deeply passionate about the city, fiercely loyal, a great amount of pride.
People genuinely love Pittsburgh. It's soulful.
It doesn't really fit into any demographic. It's not really an East Coast city. It's not Midwest. It's a friendly city that has an edge to it. In my mind, a place that's ripe for ministry and for ministry growth. Young Life to me is life-on-life relationships. It's earning the right to be heard. Our goal is to plug students back in to the local church through, contact work, which is going where kids are and building relationships.
We're reaching middle school students, high school students, college students, teen moms, kids with disabilities. We are for every kid because Jesus was for every kid.
I
love contact work. Contact work is life on life with high school kids.
I love what we do with Young Life is earning the right to be heard. When we link up with these kids, like giving them time to just be themselves.
I think kids often believe that if they mess up or if they do something wrong, that they won't be loved or that they can't follow Jesus or that Jesus won't love them. And so it's fun that I think as Young Life leaders, we get to come and walk alongside and say, hey, it doesn't matter. The God of the universe loves you no matter what.
Young Life is there to bridge that gap and to go to kids where they are so that they can know the best news in the world, that God treasures them and loves them, and express that in the person of Jesus Christ. I am so glad that I heard about Jesus when I was 15. I'm so glad that Young Life didn't stop before it got to me.
Hey, go get him out there, Dimitri.
We always joke that club is a party with a purpose. It is high energy, high fun.
They're having some fun, they're playing some games, they're listening to music, but at the end of all that, like, they get to hear the proclamation of the gospel. And that's just exciting, because that really blows the roof off of whatever you were doing.
Campaigners is an opportunity for kids to gather around the Bible and actually read it for themselves and get something out of it. And I always start campaigners with, okay, let's leave here differently than when we came.
Camp is an incredible opportunity for kids to get away from the mess, get away from the distractions, and it is the fullest concentration of the gospel that we have in Young Life.
Committee is a group of adults in a community that care about kids, that know Jesus, that want to share the love and hope of Jesus with their community.
I don't think we can do it without adults. Adults are the lifeblood for sustainability and success on a broader level.
There are a number of ways that you can plug in to make a difference. One way is obviously that you can be a donor, that you can be a volunteer leader and you can work with kids directly, and we'd love to have you be a partner in that. One way is that you could be on a Young Life committee in the community that you live in. And maybe the most important way you can be involved is that you can be a person who prays that young people in your community and young people all over the Pittsburgh area might have a chance to know Jesus. A lot of things happen because people like you pray. So please pray.
What we try to do in Young Life is to reach the farthest out kid and earn the right to be heard. It says that Jesus is the way, the truth, and the life, and kids have full lives, and we should be full representatives to them.
We want every high school community to have Young Life because we believe that every kid should have the opportunity to know Jesus. Young Life is on the move. Kids' lives are changing, communities are being strengthened, and we want you to join our team.
Hello and welcome to my home in Pittsburgh. I told you we were going to party in my home office, and this is as close as we're going to get. And so I just want to welcome you. There's people on from Tennessee. There's people on from Texas, from Pennsylvania, from Ohio. It's really fun. If you're not sick of Zoom yet and you're on here, I'm honored. We've been on Zoom a lot lately with social distancing, so it's really fun that you've joined us tonight. And you just got to hear from J.D. Ward, who is leading the charge in a lot of ways over Pittsburgh, and he works with Mike Chilcote, who's our regional director. But this is really fun. I'm an area director in Pittsburgh in an area called Beaver Valley, which is just north of the city. And over the past 4.5, almost 5 years, we have grown Young Life here. And a lot of you support that and have been praying for that. And so this is a really fun thing, because when we typically host a banquet or a fun event. A lot of you can't make it because you're out of town. And so I'm really excited for you to get a glimpse of some of the things that have been happening. We have Young Life in Beaver High School and Beaver Falls High School. We have Young Life in Geneva College, where we pull leaders and place them on teams. We have Young Lives, where we're reaching teen moms in Beaver Valley. And we just started Wildlife, which will start in the fall, and we'll get that rolling. So the layout of tonight, I want you to hear from a couple of my dear friends in the area, 3 different perspectives. One is a perspective from a parent who's had kids involved in Young Life and still is involved. One is adult teams and how important it is to have adults supporting this and rallying around it and owning it in our community. And then someone who's also been involved in Young Life for a very long time, but is a financial supporter of Young Life and has been really influential in that way. But other than that, I'm really excited because you get to hear from kids and leaders and adults. You get to see how Young Life has adapted during COVID-19. And at the end, we're going to do something really special with our leadership team. And so this is supposed to be a really encouraging thing for you, and so I hope that it is that. We would love for you to be involved if you're not. We would love for you to join a prayer team or join our adults teams or support financially. All of those things are great, but mainly kick back, relax, because over the next 20 minutes, it's going to be a really fun picture, and this is all for you. And so thanks for joining me tonight. I will be back in a couple of minutes, but until then, I want to show you a really fun video, and then I will meet you in an interview with my dear friends Greg and Donna Music. So I'll see you in a couple of minutes.
Young Lives found me when I was 13 and pregnant, and when I really didn't feel close to anyone at home, they led me to feel closer to God.
Young Life met me when I was a sophomore in high school, and my new soccer coach decided to take the team to a team bonding camp in the boonies of Ohio. We had no air conditioning or Wi-Fi, and it was like mid-August, but it was a great experience, and since then we've formed a friendship, and I've been able to strengthen my Catholic faith through Young Life, and now I help lead at CalU.
Young Life found me at a Beaver Falls High School basketball game as my 11th grade year or sophomore year of high school, and I'm 100% thankful of my man Duffy, who pushes me every day, talks to me all the time about the Lord and going to be a better person.
Young Life found me as a high school freshman, and it wasn't until 4 years later, after the relentless pursuit of my Young Life leader, that I came to know the Lord. After that, I became a volunteer Young Life leader in college, and my favorite memory is taking girls to summer camp. Now I am on staff with Young Life in Singapore, and I have also partnered with Beaver Valley for the last 4 years, prayerfully and financially, and it's been so cool to see how the Lord has grown and evolved Young Life and His kingdom in Beaver Valley.
Young Life found me my freshman year at Geneva College at FYF, and now I'm starting Beaver Falls Wildlife for the first time in Beaver Valley, where we'll be reaching middle school students.
Young Life found me when I was a senior at Glen Oak High School in Canton, Ohio, where my leader pushed me to grow in my faith and become stronger, so that when I went to college, I wanted to do the same thing he had done for me to high school kids. And so now I'm a leader at Beaver Falls High School in Beaver Falls, Pennsylvania.
Young Life met me my freshman year when I decided to go to a college overnight. I didn't know anyone on the trip, and it was very awkward at first, but I'm so glad I went because I met some of my best friends, and now I've been leading at Beaver High School for 3 years.
Young Life found me when my husband and I were interested in bringing Young Life to Beaver Falls, watching our 2 teen boys go to the high school and not having a lot of Christian nurture. But it was really a great thing for them to come because there were so many kids who were not being loved and reached, and just has really been a great thing, even though our kids have aged out and not really been part of Young Life anymore, but just really thankful that a lot of the other kids in our community have had that opportunity.
Young Life found me back in the 70s, and I was very involved in high school, and I even went to Lake Saranac for Young Life camp. It was wonderful, 2 weeks.
I wasn't born till after that, and actually no, we met Shannon a few years ago, and she's been involved in the local high schools. And now Beth and I have a chance to work at Geneva with coaching tennis, and we have guys on the tennis team and girls on the women's team who are involved in Young Life. So we're really glad about that.
Young Life found me 10 years ago when we first cracked into Beaver County at Ambridge High School, and it's been awesome over these years to see teenagers' hearts and minds and souls excited for our King and Savior, Jesus Christ.
Young Life found me 10 years ago. Having been born and raised in Beaver Valley and as a third-generation Geneva College graduate, it's truly exciting to see the positive impact that Shannon and the organization have had on our area. Keep up the great work, guys. Godspeed.
I was introduced to Young Life about 8 years ago when the mother of one of my high school students invited me to a fundraising banquet. After that, I began acting as the high school liaison. I've attended winter weekends, and I now serve as the Young Life committee member. This is my husband, Mick, and at this year's Winter Mixer, he agreed to be part of the prayer committee. We absolutely love working with Young Life.
Young Life found me about a year ago when one of my senior friends asked me to go to fall weekend with her. That's where I met my fabulous Young Life leader, who's caring for me and loving me and leading me through my journey with Christ.
Young Life found me when I was 18 and pregnant, and Young Life made me feel like I belong.
Young Life found me when I walked into the room and there was so much music going, my friends were jumping, and I'm like, yeah, I definitely need to be a part of this. Now I walk into the room and I'm like, yo, it's Elise. I get to be a Young Lives leader and mentor teen moms, and I love it.
Young Life found me on a high school soccer field when a Young Life leader named Jenny became my coach. She then encouraged me to become a leader myself in college, where I led alongside my friend Shannon. It's been my joy to watch her grow Beaver Valley Young Life over the last 4 years.
Young Life found me when I was a freshman on the Beaver High School soccer team when a senior invited me to go to fall weekend. I'm so thankful I met my incredible Young Life leader who loves me and pushes me deeper in my relationship with the Lord.
Hi, my name is Jakor from Beaver Falls. Young Life found me my junior year. Not only did it help me with my relationship with God, but it also shaped me as a better person I am today.
Hey, so this is Greg and Donna Miosic, and if you know Greg and Donna, you love Greg and Donna. They're some of my best friends, and they've just been really special to me since I moved, and I'm not from Beaver County originally, and when I moved here, they were just a welcoming presence to me, and just really, I mean, having dinner with their family and opening their home to me, they mean so much. I sometimes call them my Pittsburgh parents because they take care of me so much, but Greg and Donna, you guys do a lot for Young Life. You've been involved for a couple of years. And so, Greg, how has being involved in Young Life, like how's it impacted your family? And what would you say about the impact it's made on our community?
Well, I think having our daughters involved, they'd never heard of it before. We'd never heard of it before. And it's been great. It's really brought them really closer to their faith. They've met a lot of amazing people and done a lot of amazing things along the way. And our daughter, Maria, has been able to get a lot of the younger kids in her high school to also join Young Life. And that's been great seeing that progression now that she's moved on to college, and she has that resource in college with her now as well. And then seeing some of the kids, again, in Beaver, continue on that great work. So it's really amazing.
Yeah. Thanks so much. Donna, we joke because when we always host campaigners at your house, and Greg is always like, what do you want Donna to make for campaigners tonight? But what would you guys say has been a blessing to you guys, or how would you say hosting Young Life? You're involved on many levels of Young Life, but you do open your home to Young Life. How has that been for you?
It's so much fun, especially since the girls are both in college. So our house is kind of quiet. So Tuesday nights, are they coming? Are they coming? Is it 7 o'clock? Open the garage door. In they come, and I get to run down and get to say hi to everybody, bring them some kind of snack.
Something.
And then, and we can listen to them. We don't listen to them, but we can hear like the giggles and the laughs and the, oh my goodness, what are they doing? And then all of a sudden it's 2 hours later and they're yelling, bye. They're all yelling up the steps, bye, on their way out, and out they go. And it's at least to have that little bit to know that we are able to host something that is important to the community and important to these girls. And they know that it's almost like a safe place for them to come. And we still get to see them and watch them grow.
Yeah, it's so fun. My favorite part of the week is having campaigners in your basement, and now I know the garage code, and it's just so easy. So you guys mean a ton to me, and you mean a ton to the leadership and just everything that we've been building. And so we just want to thank you, and thanks for jumping on Zoom tonight, and we'll talk to you soon. And we're back. I love Greg and Donna Essick and just the way that they love Young Life and me and kids and leaders. And it's just been fun. But you might be wondering, as we talked about Greg and Donna opening up their home to Young Life, you know, Young Life is relational. We meet with kids. We are in person with kids. And so you might be wondering, in this time of COVID-19, how is that working? How are we able to engage with kids? And I think it would be really fun to show you just 60 seconds of a little bit of what it looks like. Hey guys, thanks so much for joining us tonight. These are also, like Greg and Donna, some of my best friends in the area. They have been incredible since I moved here. And the first person on the screen that I would love to introduce you to is Peggy Tiderman. She and I got connected through a banquet and then randomly got Starbucks. I just really I don't even know why I was reaching out at the time. I was like, I just need a woman in my life that could pour into me and just be my friend. And we have become fast friends. She is a leadership coach for an organization. She literally coaches all over the country, and it's incredible. And so her leadership coaching skills have been great for Young Life. And so Peggy, I would love to ask you, from your perspective, since you do a lot of coaching, what's the importance of adults being involved with Young Life and being on a team, that support leaders and staff?
Well, it's interesting that there's no difference in that than the business world, because every organization that's nonprofit, profit, or just an organization like this one, as Young Life, needs a team of people who come together collaboratively, working together. And it's really a beautiful thing. I had the privilege to go to Colorado Springs and experience what their sort of philosophy is and culture. And it matches up with exactly what I do on a daily basis. So as leaders, we're just leading by example every day and stepping out to do what we know in our heart is right. And there's no greater reward than following Christ and being leaders in an organization. Everyone can do it. Everyone is someone who can step in, and we're here to help you. If you're not comfortable with it, that's what we're all here to do. And there's nothing more rewarding that you'll ever do in your life. I know for myself, it was the most honorable thing when Shannon invited me into the committee.
Yeah, it's been so amazing to serve with you, Peggy, and I know it's just been so fun, and your skill set has been really fun to have on our team, and we need more adults like you. And Jason and Brenda, when I first moved to the area, they also became fast friends and just opened up their home to me as well, and I've had many dinners over at their house with them and their kids, and it's just been fun. And they have been involved with Young Life for a very long time. And so from a donor's perspective, would love to give people just a perspective of someone who's been giving to the mission of Young Life for a long time financially. And so how has that impacted you? What's the importance of that? And then maybe also, since you don't have kids in Young Life, why do you continue to give even though you don't have kids specifically in Young Life right now?
Yeah, we've been involved with Young Life for a long time. We've gotten to see the ins and outs of it, including camp on 3 occasions. And I just think it's really important for as many kids to experience, the love of Jesus through Young Life as they can. Young Life is a wonderful experience in that they develop friendships, learn that Jesus loves them, and the camp experience is tremendous. And so I think giving to Young Life just enables more kids to be able to experience that gift.
And like Jason said, we've been to many camps. We've seen it firsthand. It's amazing at the end of the week when so many kids stand up and have given their life to Jesus. And We just think it's a necessity for teenagers and young people to know Jesus and just to be unconditionally accepted.
Well, you guys mean so much to me, and just the way that you both give and support Young Life. And it takes so many adults that back this for us to be able to build ministry here and to continue to reach more and more kids and be in kids' lives and do everything that we do. So I so enjoy your friendships, and you couldn't beat me in a CrossFit workout, but it's okay. I still love you.
I think we might
love
be
you
able
too.
to.
Love you too, Shannon.
Love you too, and that's a challenge we'll take on someday.
Okay,
Absolutely.
I love it. I'll see you in the gym when we finally get out of, stay-at-home orders. So anyways, thanks so much for joining tonight, and we'll see you soon.
All
right, thanks.
Bye. Thank you.
Gosh, they are so fun, and some of my dear friends in the area. Most of the people that you saw tonight throughout videos or interviews have become dear friends, that I get to walk through life with them, and that they get to walk through life with me and support me in the highs and the lows of building ministry here. And it's just been a fun 5 years in Pittsburgh. I can't believe it's been 5 years. And I hope I get the privilege to serve many more in the mission of Young Life. I love what I do. I love the kids that are in my life. I love the leaders. I love the adults that I get to come into contact with. I just love relationships, and especially when they point towards the Creator, Christ. And gosh, it's just fun. It's fun to grow in our faith together. It's fun to walk this journey in building Young Life here so that hopefully we can have Young Life leaders in every school in Beaver County. There's plenty of schools. There are plenty of areas where we can grow over the next couple of years, and we need you. We need you to pray. We need you to support our staff and leaders. We need you financially. We need you on our adult teams. We need you in all of those capacities. And so thank you so much for jumping on and watching this. As you know, this has changed a lot for us, COVID-19, and it's a sensitive time. And it's a time where we are going to need to meet people in places differently than we've met them before. And so with that, wherever you're sitting, we want to be sensitive to that. We want to care for you during this time too. Maybe you're experiencing challenges that COVID-19 has put in your life that you haven't experienced before. Please reach out to us. We would love to partner with you and pray for you and walk through life with you in that. You might be finding yourself in a place of surplus. You might be saying, this might be a time where I could partner more with Young Life and watch Young Life grow because I'm willing to step in and be sacrificial. I don't know where you're sitting, but either place is fine. The reality is that we've had to cancel national camping for the summer, but on a local level, just so you know, we are taking summer trips. They're not camp trips, but they are going to be summer trips, whether that's a long weekend or something of the sort. We're doing that. It's going to take a lot of work. It's going to take finances, but we want leaders in kids' lives helping them grow in their faith. And so for Young Lives, we might be taking a long weekend, mom's weekend out at a hotel in the city where we get to process the gospel. We might be doing basketball day camps or weekend camps. We might do Wild Ridge adventure camping with a small group of kids. If we can meet guidelines and we can be safe, that's what we're doing. And we would love for you to partner with us in that too, if you can. If you can't, we love you. We are praying for you. Thank you so much. You really mean a lot to me. And so to end the night, as I promised it would be 35 minutes, we are going to have our leadership team do something that we've been doing as a mission, which is praying Psalm 91 over our world. Young Life is global. We're in over 113 countries. And so we're taking this seriously. And we've been praying Psalm 91 and going to the Lord with that. And so our leadership team wants to read Psalm 91. I hope you'll join us. And after that, if you stick around, we're going to pop up a way that you can partner with us to provide COVID-19 relief if you want. If not, pray for us. Join us in our prayer team. It's been so fun. Thanks for joining. I would love to connect with you soon, and I'll talk to you later.
Whoever dwells in the shelter of the Most High will rest in the shadow of the Almighty. I will say to the Lord, my refuge and my fortress, my God in whom I trust.
For he will deliver you from the snare of the fowler and from the deadly pestilence.
He will cover you with his pinions, and under his wings you will find refuge. His faithfulness is a shield and buckler.
You will not fear the terror of the night, nor the arrow that flies by day,
nor the pestilence that stalks in the darkness,
nor the destruction that wastes at noonday.
1,000 may fall at your side, 10,000 at your right hand, but it will not come near you.
You will only look with your eyes and see the recompense of the wicked.
Because you have made the Lord your dwelling place, the Most High, who is my refuge,
no evil shall be allowed to befall you, no plague come near your tent.
For he will command his angels concerning you, to guard you in all your ways.
On their hands they will bear you up, lest you strike your foot against a stone.
You will tread on the lion and the adder, the young lion and the serpent you will trample underfoot.
Because he holds fast to me in love, I will deliver him.
I will protect him because he knows my name.
When he calls me, I will answer him.
I will be with him in trouble. I will rescue him and honor him.
With long life, I will satisfy him and show him my salvation.